Heads up, it's time to catch another edition of the Sports Ball Moment with Eddie Winters and Barry the Stallion Streib.
Oh, yes, we're back, and we've got Barry the Stallion Streib on the line. Barry, how you doing, baby?
I'm in mourning. But, you know, it ain't over until it's over. Don't let me sneak in there at the end. I can tell you that.
I gotta say, a big upset. A lot of people this morning sending us messages, worried about you, and worried that you might be a little bit in mourning. The defeat yesterday against the Houston's, the Texans, 25-13. Take us back there. Tell us what went wrong, what went right.
Well, they're the leading defense on takeaways in the NFL. And, you know, when you got J.J. Watt, you have to worry about that. He had his worst quarterback rating 2 years ago, 3 point something. It was horrible. But he was pressured all day. He wasn't on his game. But there's only one good thing about that. Go Denver tonight.
Yes, that is what we've got to hang in and hang on with that. You know, I mean, let me ask you: is the promised land is our journey? Where do you think is our journey to the promised land? Is it going to be diverted this season?
Well, we're probably going to be 10-6 and not make the playoffs. I mean, if you go into the other leagues, you're probably getting a first-round bye. But, you know, we're playing in that division. Pittsburgh, if Cincinnati loses tonight, which I think they will, if they lose tonight because it's 40 degrees and no wind, it's going to be conducive to Peyton Manning, they have to go into Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh plays for the division title, which means they'll probably get a third-round seed because they beat the Colts, who lost yesterday.
Right.
And once they get the third-round seed, a sixth-round seed will go to the third-round seed. It will be Pittsburgh and Baltimore visiting Pittsburgh in the wild card playoff. A guy from Pittsburgh wanted me to take me up to the game. I said, if I beat you in Pittsburgh, he got to say, you won't be able to protect me. You'll need the National Guard.
Exactly. You have to get an escort service. They take you out of there by the, the tanks have to drive you.
Our defense is playing out of this world. We got one of the top defenses in the NFL. Problem is, we just got to, that game with you guys, San Francisco, blowing that game against San Diego. Now I got to root for San Diego to lose at Kansas City this week. Or all I would do is just root for Pittsburgh, who's going to go for the home field advantage and beat Cincinnati. But they can beat them in Cincinnati, they can beat them in Pittsburgh.
Well, hopefully the 49ers do not get in the way and block the road to the promised land.
You put the kiss of death on me out there.
I know.
All the zebras, the Hail Mary calls, and all that stuff. I should be 12-2 right now. But you know what? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. All I know is they don't want to see me in the playoffs because Flacco will come around in the playoffs. But I'm worried about my running game. I think 4 sets hit the wall. Bernard Pierce, they've given up on him. So that's going to be it's going to be a tough road. I'm injured in the secondary. When I'm playing probably the best defense against the rush, nobody still hasn't gone for 100 yards. So we'll be all right. Let's go Denver tonight, and we'll talk about it next week.
That sounds like a good plan. And, the other thing I wanted to bring up, and Bodie mentioned this earlier, the President of the United States made a misspeak and brought up Joe Flacco. A little slip there. And I think that's...
What, the Democrats always make a huge mistake when they bring up the big boy. And that's why he's going to be out of there.
Exactly.
Hey, Stallion, it's Bodie. I just wanted to ask you real quickly about the NFC South. Is just such a pathetic division, and it's going to be like a team with a losing record winning that division. I mean, do you think a team with a losing record should be able to have a home field advantage at all in the playoffs?
Well, I don't think so. I think they're going to alter that at some point, but you have to, look at our division. I should be able to go. We buried that division, but it all goes through Seattle. So I don't care who wins it in the AFC or in the NFC. You got to go through Seattle in that defense, in that stadium, when they got home field advantage. It's going to be real tough. They look like to be the biggest repeats I've ever seen.
Yeah, Russell Wilson, man.
And
guess what?
What's that?
I don't know anybody in Seattle, so they can't badger me.
So after the Christmas holiday, we got on the 28th on Sunday where the Ravens up against the Browns. This is I guess we got to win this to get in there. What's your take on the matchup against the Cleveland Browns?
Well, I got to go through tonight first. If we're going to bury the Browns, Flacco's going to come out. Mansell's got a hamstring problem. He's not going to play. I'd like to take him to the promised land and really bring him back to reality. But Carolina did it first. And so we'll see what happens. I don't think that they have a chance against us. But Joe Cool Flacco turned into Joe Cool Fluco yesterday. But with all that pressure he was having, it was a really tough day. They've got a turnover in every game, and 14 games lead the NFL. So that's a nightmare for us. We beat them in Baltimore, but we lose in Houston. When you have J.J. Watt, they start blitzing everybody with no running game. It's going to be tough.
Well, I tell you what, we've got a week ahead of us, and I'm going to be sitting on the edge of my seat. Stallion, as always, I want to wish you a very happy holiday, and make sure you stay safe during the holiday season, especially watching these games, because I know the blood is going to get boiling if I see the wrong thing happen on the TV screen.
Listen, I'll make the USA day tomorrow if Cincinnati beats Denver. I'll be jumping off the biggest bridge out there.
Well, I hope it won't come to...
But knowing me, I won't do a belly flop. I'll come out swimming like a champ.
There it is. Well, Stallion, we're actually going to be off the air next week, and we're going to be returning in the new year. So we're going to have a little bit of a wrap-up, hopefully a positive, happy wrap-up when we rejoin you in 2 weeks. So we'll
watch out for the Florida State Seminoles, baby.
Oh,
They're
yes.
flying under the radar, baby.
I tell you what,
if you take, you will make with the points. They're playing on the grass, Oregon.
Oh, I got to stick with you, and I'm gonna take your words of wisdom, and I'm gonna take that to Reno, baby. I tell you what, we're gonna
take that to the promised land.
I can't wait. Thank you, Stallion. Happy holidays, baby, and we'll talk to you soon. All right.
Happy New Year, Barry.
Everybody.
You got it. Thank you. There it is.
This has been the Sports Ball Moment with Eddie Winters and Barry the Stallion Streib.
Barry the Stallion Streib, all the way from St. Petersburg, Florida.